I got a comment on my last video, and I'm here to say if you think like this, my friend, you are definitely in a cult. In my last video, I read a letter that was written by an apostate, definitely. It's very funny, but tells the truth about what Jehovah's Witnesses actually think. The truth that they will never tell you when they come to your door, or if you talk to them at a cart, or in some otherwise casual or formal conversation. They're not going to tell you what they really believe. They're going to tell you part of what they really believe, because if they told you everything that they actually believe up front, there's no way that you would take part in their religion or even consider joining it. They have to be dishonest with people in order to get people to join the religion, because if they told you everything up front, the truth is actually both ridiculous and horrifying in some cases when it comes to their doctrines. So in response to that video, someone left a message. Now, I'm sure they think that they're one of Jehovah's Witnesses, but they're not. They're just a Watchtower apologist. I've said this before, I will say it again. If you come on this channel and watch my videos and leave comments trying to defend the Watchtower or the religion that it's created, the religion of Jehovah's Witnesses, you are not in that religion. Why do I say that? Because the religion's tenets explicitly forbid you from watching apostate videos or in any way interacting with people who have left the religion and come back to speak against it. So if you're doing that, you're not one of Jehovah's Witnesses. You're a Watchtower apologist. And yet you are still in a cult because of the way you think about them and their religion. Now here's the comment that the individual left on the video. It's a short comment, but there's quite a bit to unpack in it. So here it goes. Quote, "The only liars are the opposers of true Christianity, those who hate Jehovah and his people." So there's a whole lot in this very brief comment that demonstrates the thinking of people who have been indoctrinated into the cult of the Watchtower and its religion. First, it says that the only liars are the opposers of true Christianity. Now, right there, notice that person didn't say the opposers of Christianity, but of true Christianity. Because you see, Jehovah's Witnesses are taught that every other form of Christianity is abjectly false, that it's from the devil, that it's a sham, that it's a lie meant to trap people to get them out of the only actual religion sanctioned and approved of by God, which is that of Jehovah's Witnesses. Now, what's both funny and also very sad about this is that those individuals who call themselves Jehovah's Witnesses, who think that only their religion is correct or true, pay no mind to the fact that their religion has dramatically changed and flip-flopped over the decades, that it has predicted the end of the world numerous times and it has never come. They don't pay any attention to that, even if they've been in it long enough to have seen that happen. You cannot be true Christianity today if you change your religion tomorrow, because what it is tomorrow is no longer the true of today. Either it's a lie tomorrow or false tomorrow, or it's false today. You can't be true today and true tomorrow if your religion changes. So the ever constant changing of the religion makes it very clear that it's not the true religion, it's not true Christianity, or at least it's not the only possibility. Now, I'm very open to the idea that if you are a religious person, and it's fine if you're not, that doesn't bother me at all, that you are trying to do the best you can. Let's say you call yourself a Christian. Let's say that you view the Bible as your holy book, you believe in Jesus as your Savior, etc. That over time, with study and prayer and experience and the growth of wisdom, you might come to a more accurate understanding of your religion as a Christian. That's fine. I don't have an issue with that. But to completely lack humility and say that my religion at this time is the only true religion and everyone else is part of a falsehood, my friend, if that's how you think, you are in a cult. Because that is not what you read whenever you read the gospel. That is not the attitude that Jesus had if you call yourself a Christian. And if you don't, it's just a ridiculous, irrational, illogical assertion to think that you can be the true Christianity today, but tomorrow it's going to change, and yet somehow you're still true, and somehow it was also true yesterday, even though it's different today than it was then. That's just irrational. So that's the first problem with this person's comment that demonstrates that they are in fact in a cult. The second half, he says, well, I don't know if it's a he or a she, honestly, those who hate Jehovah and his people. Now, here's the problem with this part. First of all, the commenter uses the word hate. Nowhere in any video I've ever made have I said that I hate Jehovah's Witnesses. I do not. I pity them. I pity them because I used to be them. I used to be a true believer in that religion for a very, very long time, for the first 40 years of my life. I have no hatred of the individuals. I pity them, although I do recognize the danger and the destructive nature of their belief system, both on those individuals and on the people who interact with them, especially when it comes to things like covering up child abuse. That's extremely dangerous. The religion is very dangerous, and those things should be brought to light. They should be stopped by the authorities that be, because it's causing massive harm to people. But I don't hate those individuals, and nowhere do I ever say that I do. So that's issue number one, with the fact that this person is equating me calling out the dangerous and also the irrational, illogical, and the lying part of the religion with me somehow hating the people involved. So that's one thing. But the part that really makes it a cult is he says those who hate Jehovah and his people. Now, how does that make this person's belief system a cult belief system? It's because he or she, the commenter, is saying that if I disagree with the religion of Jehovah's Witnesses or the Watchtower or anything in their publications, which they are equating with hatred erroneously, then I must also hate God. That means that this individual puts the Watchtower and its teachings on the same level as God, as the divine. And if you view a human institution as being on the same level as the God you claim to worship, guess what? Those two things are the same. You are equating a human institution with God. You are making that organization, those leaders, your God. And the truth is, in order to believe the things that are taught by Jehovah's Witnesses, especially as they constantly change and evolve, you have to view them as having the authority of God, or at least a God. Because if you don't, then the rational part of your mind will say, wait, last year we couldn't do this thing. Now all of a sudden it's okay. And in many times in the past they've flip-flopped back and forth on those things. This can't be from God, because if God is doing this, why would God change his mind? Why would God think this is right today and tomorrow it's wrong, but then the next day it's okay again? That's human behavior. That's not the divine. And the only way to be okay with that is to equate that human institution with God and think that you have no authority to question what they do. And that, once again, my friend, means that you are in a cult. And so this comment and other comments like it that I get from people, they're not really witnesses. They are apologists. Often, at least in my experience and understanding, these are people who are not actively involved in the religion, or they're fringy in the religion, and they feel the need to come in to try to defend the religion because they think it scores points with their God somehow, because they're not doing the things that they've been told they should do by the religion. That may not always be true, but I have definitely seen that to be true in many cases. But as always, I would love to know what you think, so please leave a comment. Even if you are an apologist and totally disagree with me, feel free to vent it all out in the comments there. It doesn't bother me a bit, as long as you're not attacking in the sense of being insulting or degrading. Won't put up with that, but if you want to debate, go right ahead. And as always, thanks for watching.